What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Today is the day after the verdict of the Trayvon Zimmerman case came in, where Zimmerman was found not guilty. Now, I know a lot of people are upset on both parts as to how it went out, and I think that, honestly, this is not going to be a big dumb bodybuilder video. This is going to be a little bit deeper than that. And I'm not looking to offend anyone, and that's not what this video is about. It's not about my opinion whether Zimmerman was right or wrong or Trayvon was right or wrong. But I think that something that gets lost in this whole thing is what happened is very much a product of our society in the world that we live in today. And I say that because I've seen it firsthand. I used to work private police in an area called Providence Place in Rhode Island. And we were trained with many different things, including anti-terrorism, with a program called the Eagle Eyes Anti-Terrorism Task Force. And we were taught body language, we were taught verbal judo, which is the talking down of someone for being aggressive, which obviously Zimmerman didn't have those skills. But let me try to explain this thing to you guys in a different way, a way that I looked at it as soon as I saw it, and it's a shame, period, all the way around. What happened between Trayvon and Zimmerman was a primal chess match. Okay, what I mean by that is, nowadays our society is fucked up. We got people walking into movie theaters thinking they're the Joker, fucking killing people at a Batman movie. We got people blowing up marathons at Boston. We have people killing those kids at Sandy Hook for no fucking reason at all. We got rapists, murderers, we have child molesters, we have all this shit going on all the time. Just watch To Catch a Predator. You see some funky shit going on there. And this is the society we live in today. This is what has been built around us. And now if you apply what is happening in our society and the world to Trayvon and Zimmerman, this is what you get, the primal chess match. And now let me explain what this means. Let me adjust this camera angle first, this stupid fucking thing. Now, let's say you're Trayvon, and you're walking home from going to the store, you had a Mountain Dew or whatever it was in his hand. It's nighttime, he has his hood up. And he may know some people that are some not so good people. Some real assholes, some punks, some thugs, whatever. I mean, everybody knows some somewhere. I have a 13-year-old cousin who acts like a total thug, although I know he's not, because he's my blood, so he's not a thug. But he has to act like that in order to survive. The place that he lives in is an inner city, and if he doesn't act like that, he becomes prey. So now he has to adopt almost like a prison mentality just to get by. And a lot of these kids nowadays have to do that. That's the way it is. So imagine that you're Trayvon, you're walking through at night, and some guy goes, "Hey, you." Now this guy, you don't know who he is. You're minding your own business. And Trayvon's a little freaked out because he doesn't know who this guy is trying to stop him. He could be, a rapist, a murderer, a racist. He could be anything, okay? He could just be wanting to kick his ass for the fuck of it. He has no idea who this guy is. So instantly, Trayvon goes into defensive mode. So he turns around, and just like primal showdowns where the gorilla beefs up and comes after the attacker before the attacker attacks, Trayvon postures up and says, "What? You got a fucking problem?" That's his way of being defensive to let this person know, you're not going to fucking hurt me, okay? And now, Zimmerman, who doesn't have the skills to recognize body language, which is Trayvon just walking through the minding his own business, not being suspicious, or the verbal judo to be able to talk him down. If it was me and Trayvon, I'd turn around and said, "You got a fucking problem?" I'd be like, "No, man, settle down. I don't have any problem. Just trying to figure out, I live in the neighborhood, I don't recognize you. We've had break-ins and stuff happening. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to make sure that you're cool, I'm cool, everything's all right. You know what I mean? Nobody wants their house broken into." You talk them down. Now this guy Zimmerman didn't have those skills. So he starts to get upset and freaked out that Trayvon is coming at him. So now he gets defensive and scared. And the more that Trayvon sees him defensive and scared, Trayvon believes, now I got him. He's backing down. This is exactly what I want. This crazy motherfucker is not going to hurt me. So he gets more aggressive towards Zimmerman. Now, at this point, he still doesn't know whether Zimmerman means him harm. But Zimmerman now thinks that this kid means him harm by the way he's acting, even though he's just protecting himself by being aggressive. It's fighting before you fight. Okay? And one thing leads to another, and they wind up fighting. Now, neither one of these people really had any reason to fight. But the problem was the body language that was going back and forth turned into a very primal thing and turned into a fight. Now, do I think that Zimmerman should have been walking around with a gun for a neighborhood watch? No, there's pepper spray, there's tasers, there's stun guns, there's all these different things, beanbag guns that can be used. In this instance, Trayvon didn't have a weapon. So the way that I've been trained, unless the other person has a weapon, which would be a gun or a knife or something like that, you don't pull a gun on that person. Maybe you fight back more. Maybe Zimmerman runs away instead of standing to fight. Then the whole thing is avoided. Or uses a taser, which would stop Trayvon, not kill him, but subdue him until the police got there and get it sorted out. But that's not what happened. And now Zimmerman, as he's getting beat up by Trayvon, pulls the gun and shoots him. Because in his head, he's perceiving, this kid is one of those thugs. He attacked me. I can't believe this is happening. I need to stop him. And he shoots and kills him. Now, this whole thing happened over a misunderstanding. That's what happened. I really don't believe it was racism. I believe that what happened was two individuals that live in a crazy, fucked up world that see some fucked up shit, who didn't know each other, primally had a chess match that resulted in Trayvon being killed. Now, like I said, this whole thing could have been avoided. I've seen it over and over again, these chess matches. And being a bouncer in that private police, I learned how to talk people down. And even the hardest asshole who just got out of prison can be talked down if you show them respect. And I think that there's also in the society, there is a lack of respect. So Zimmerman wasn't showing Trayvon respect, and he wasn't showing Zimmerman respect, because if I was in Trayvon's shoes and I knew, you know, well, I don't usually go through here, someone's going, hey, you, I would turn around and be like, yeah? You know, I wouldn't get postured up just yet. I would wait to see what the person says and then react to it. But Trayvon was probably scared because he's getting stopped by a guy who doesn't know, and he could be some kind of fucking crazy killer. So that's the problem that we have. The world we live in is so fucked up with random shit happening of violence that neither one of these guys were willing to let themselves be in a vulnerable position. And because of that, tragedy happened. So I hope this sheds a little bit light about what I think I feel really happened in this instance, that, you know, maybe nobody's really taken the time to stop and think. You know, they're pointing fingers saying he was dressed like a thug, he, you know, had a hoodie or whatever. All that stuff aside, the media portrays all this shit we see about all these killings and crazy people out there. Shit, he could have been wearing a three-piece suit or a tuxedo and still would have probably had the same result, because they just didn't know enough to stay calm, because both of them were scared that one of them was going to hurt the other one. And this is what ended up happening. So if we really want to stop this shit from happening, start in the schools. Start with the kids. Teach these kids right from wrong still. Teach them to be aware. Teach them how to talk instead of fight. Teach them that not everybody is out there to fucking kill you. And these troublemakers that are getting arrested 5, 6, 7 times that are still on the streets, do something with them. Because this is what's causing this trouble, that is causing these problems that we're having, that we see day to day. biosctraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. It is a tragedy. Any way you slice it, someone is dead. And I'll do a story time right after this. I'll shut this off and do a story time right after. And I'll explain to you guys what it feels like to think you have killed someone. And we're out.